With International Building Expo 2025 just days away, we caught up with Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, the Honorable Susan Rodrigues, who came at the Guyana National Stadium to inspect and to see how progress is going. And it's always a pleasure to have Minister on our feature. Minister, welcome. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm doing pretty good.
All right. So I noticed you would have did a little walk around, and can you tell us a little bit about what's happening here? How is the progress going so far? Our persons are going to be able to keep up with that time because we know it's just next week Thursday.
Yeah, we have a culture in Guyana where people like to do things last minute. We try to advise against that every year. We try to do our part to ensure that the venue for the expo is fully prepared and equipped, and the rest is up to the exhibitors to ensure that their booths are fully outfitted for the opening of the expo. Because on the opening night, which is Thursday, August 14, on that night, the expo officially opens, and there are always hundreds or maybe thousands of people who are here during the opening ceremony and waiting to visit the different booths after the official opening ceremony. So we're urging the exhibitors to ensure that their booths are fully prepared for Thursday's opening.
All right. Minister, can you tell our viewers how many companies are on board and also how many international companies include that among that you're going to give?
Yeah, so we're catering for 380 booths. The booths this year are a bit larger than the previous years. So even though it might be 380, it's the square foot or the square footage of the entire area has increased. So out of that, we have about 28 foreign companies that are participating. I believe this is the largest amount of international companies that we've had since we've restarted the expo. We have about 20 government agencies as well that will be here, because we primarily want those agencies and ministries to focus on educating the public on all the work that we've done in the last 5 years, how we've been able to transform the country, how we've been able to transform the landscape and the different sectors, the work that we're doing in healthcare, in education, all of the highways and bridges that are being built, and of course, the massive housing infrastructure that is being improved all the time. And we are also focusing on the Dream Realized distribution, title distribution event that is part of our expo, focusing on ensuring that we can deliver thousands of titles to those who have received their house lots in the last 5 years.
And where would these titles be? Is it for Region 4, Region
Yes.
5?
Yes, so primarily Region 4, because we didn't want people to have to travel from out of this region. So primarily on the East Bank and on the East Coast in Region 4.
So it's just title distribution. No persons can expect allocation for this building expo.
So we did not want to do a massive allocation event at the expo. We're just a couple of weeks away from elections, and we have reached our target. We've surpassed our target, as a matter of fact, something that we're very proud of. I know that a lot of people are happy, and knowing that they are now landowners, and we want to help those same people to complete the process by actually putting their certificates of title in their hands, so that they can go to the bank once the People's Progressive Party civic returns to government in September. They can go to the bank and they can benefit from the reduced interest rates. They can come to us and access one of the subsidies. We have already committed that our next 5 years will see additional subsidies and additional support from the government to help people with their construction. So once those people have that document, have their title, they can go to the bank with ease. They don't have to come to us for a letter of assurance or any other documentation. They're now fully empowered to approach an institution, negotiate their mortgage, and I hope that they will use this expo to look at some options, some building models, look at materials, compare prices and meet with the banks who will be here as well. They always support all of the ministry's housing drives and see what promotions are available for, they might be reduced interest rates for a limited time. And so we want people, our allottees, our families who have benefited from this, to really benefit the most from all of the services that will be offered at the expo.
And this is really good because the banks will be here, as you mentioned. Persons don't have to make an appointment to go to a particular branch at a particular area. They could just collect their title and they could visit any one of the banks and talk to a rep, and they can, I think, be pre-qualified at the same time.
Yes,
So it's an ease.
definitely. So usually when we get a feedback from the banks about what they've been able to do in the 4 days of the expo, they approve hundreds of mortgages. In each bank approves hundreds of mortgages over that 4 day period. People get their pre-qualification on the spot, and they can move through the process seamlessly. They don't have to be intimidated with going into the bank and speaking to a loan officer. People are here, bank officials are here helping people to fill out forms and so on. So we encourage people to really understand what we hope to achieve with the expo. It's a family event, of course. You can come out, you can have fun, you can spend time with your kids. It's a family event, but we have enough services here that can really assist people in their construction.
All right. Minister, I know housing, the name housing speaks for itself, and congratulations to you and your ministry for a fantastic job in achieving that 50,000 house lot in just less than 5 years. It's no easy task, but you guys managed to pull it through. Congratulations on that. But we have persons out there, it doesn't matter how many house lot you would have allocated or the ministry would allocate, you still have persons querying. And I'm sure our viewers be asking, what happened? Can we come to the expo and update our status if they probably had a change of address or anything? Would the ministry be doing that, or they need to go to the office direct and do that?
So we don't turn away people when they come to us. We will have a full staff complement here from the ministry and CH&PA. And so if they're coming to query or to inquire or do an update or so on, we will facilitate them. But not for an allocation at this particular expo. We're focusing on those that we're signing up for their titles. So we're doing agreements of sale and titles. So what I want to say to the public, because you're right, it seems like no matter how much land you distribute, there's always a backlog, and people are always waiting, because every single day people are coming to us and applying, making new applications at record numbers. And that speaks to the success of the program, because if people saw that no house lots were being distributed, they wouldn't come. But they're seeing the progress. They know somebody who has gotten through, a neighbor, a friend, a co-worker, and people are saying, I got a house lot, or I got a steel and cement voucher to help me with my construction, or something. Some way, shape, or form, people have been able to receive services from the ministry. And that's what's building people's confidence, and that's what's bringing them to the ministry. So as soon as kids turn 21 now, they are applying for their own house lot.
And I think that makes it a bit harder for the ministry, because it keeps just adding to that.
It's
total.
adding all the time. And we have said that in the next 5 years, we will continue our land distribution, because people just want a house lot. Mm-hmm. People just want their own land, and they want some assistance in building. So we're going to focus on that. We've already committed to that, to ensure that we can address the pending applications. In the other regions outside of Region 4, the other 9 regions, the goal is to ensure that we can address every single pending application, because of course the demand is much less in those regions. And in Region 4, we will continue to work on the years to bring it up to more recent applications.
All right. Minister, I want to touch a little bit on the house. Previous years, we would have seen some prefab houses being built here at the stadium, and then last year we saw some beautiful house. I think one of them was designed as Silka City. Could you tell us what could be expected this year in terms of those model houses?
Yeah, so we have the models that are being constructed under the ministry, so people can come and have a look at that. They are going to be given guided tours by engineers and those who are working within our projects department who are responsible for the construction of homes. And they can ask any questions. They'll be given a tour throughout the home. They'll see how the furniture fits, and they get a true sense of what it would be like to own this home. There are some other companies here as well that are building homes, so people can look at that too. It doesn't have to be a model from the government. You can engage a private contractor and request their services and sign a contract with them. And we also have exhibitors who have not built units at the expo but are offering building materials that you can purchase maybe at a more cost-effective materials, prefab materials, something that may be faster and cheaper for you to own your own home depending on your budget. And that is primarily, one of the objectives with the expos is trying to attract as many suppliers as possible to fill the spots here, because more options means more competition, and more competition means reduced prices. And the people that benefit are our local Guyanese people, and that's what we want.
All right. Minister, before we go, can you just remind our viewers the days of the expo, the opening, and also tickets? And I think persons are going to be asking, can I buy my ticket early? Let's say today, it's Friday and they want to buy for Sunday. Can they buy up front?
Yeah, certainly. We encourage that because I hate to see people lined up outside waiting for a ticket. So adults, $500, children under 12, absolutely free. The opening ceremony is on Thursday at 5 o'clock. The opening ceremony is absolutely free. So if you come for 4:30, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you'll be allowed.
Sample time.
You will be allowed into the stadium free, and we will start to impose the ticketing from 9 p.m. So if you want to come on the first night, come early, get your free admission. There are no lines, and you will also get to be a part of the opening ceremony. You'll get to listen to President Ali as he gives his feature address, and he always has some announcement, or his speeches are always engaging, and people can always look forward to some of his explanations on our strategy in the housing sector and in the government at large, at helping people to own their own homes and to progress. So all the other days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we start at 11 a.m. and we go until 11 p.m. And you purchase your ticket. You can buy that at the gates here, or you can purchase from the ministry or any of our regional housing offices. So the tickets are available there. It's easy, convenient. You're coming from Region 3, you can buy your ticket there and then come across.
And tickets is just,
Yes.
and children is?
Children under 12, free.
All right. Minister, is there anything else you care to share with our viewers before we go?
I just would like to invite the public to come to our opening ceremony. You don't need an invitation. It's absolutely free. Come out, enjoy the show. And we will also be having, I forgot to mention before, we'll be having entertainment every single night for the 4 days. So if you miss the opening ceremony, you can come on Friday night or Saturday night, and we're going to have like a random pop-up of entertainment for those other 3 nights. It's going to be a grand celebration.
And then, of course, they'll be having lots of foods to eat, and will they have a playground for the kids as well?
Tons of fun for the children, activities for the children, and lots of food.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Minister.
Thank you very much.
Well, viewers, there you heard it from Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, the Honorable Susan Rodrigues, giving you an update on International Building Expo 2025. Remember, this International Building Expo was started, it was the vision actually by President Ali, who was Minister of Housing and Water back in 2010. His aim was creating linkages between local and international companies. And you know, we have seen over the years massive development in the housing and construction sector. And I think that's one of the ways that we have seen that Guyana is now one of the fastest growing economy in the world. You need to come down next week, Thursday, the 14th of August, right here at the Guyana National Stadium at 5 p.m. Admission is absolutely free for Thursday, so you don't want to miss out. Bring out the entire family and come and enjoy.